Shalom. First and foremost, I want to give all praises, honor, and infinite glory to Yahweh Ba'Shem, Yahweh Shai, Ba'Shem, Harakakadash, and double honors to the elders and the apostles of Great Millstone that got the 100% truth, and peace, love, and citations to the hopeful elect. And I want to get into this topic about cannibalism. Why? Because it's scriptural, man. The scriptures talk about cannibalism, okay? And we're going to go into this time of famine, all right? And there's going to be nothing to eat. And these wicked two-thirds that the Lord's not dealing with, he's going to lead them to cannibalism, all right? They're going to be eating their children, eating themselves, eating their loved ones, eating people, man, okay? Cooking babies, all right? Because the Lord's not going to, because the Lord's not dealing with them, okay? They don't have the hedge of protection over them. And ultimately, then there's not going to be anything to eat, okay? So they're going to turn to eating people, man. Eating the people around them. Like some crazy wicked two-thirds, man. Who have no faith, okay? Because they're carnal-minded, all right? But first, I want to show you this video. It's pretty interesting, all right? It's about cannibalism. This is what these scientists, these carnal-minded people, these Big Bang people, these scientists think about cannibalism, all right? Okay? Let me show you.
It can be hard enough to survive and reproduce without having to worry about members of your own species taking you out. But lots of animals are cannibals, from mantises that eat their mates to mice that eat their babies. So there must be some kind of benefit to it. And since, in the immortal words of the bloodhound...
You hear that? Just because animals are cannibals at sometimes, sharks they sometimes eat other sharks, Esau's like, oh, there must be some benefit to it, and not listening to the words of Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahweh Shai, which tells you not to eat we are not supposed to eat ourselves, man. Okay, that's not a Israelite custom. Hey, Esau might be like that, but is Esau, these so-called white people, these Asians, these other nations, are they Israelites? No, okay? So don't act like them, all right? They're thinking perversely, man, against the scriptures. And they justify everything. Oh, look at his face, man. Wicked, You can see a demon on him, But later in this video, he said, he's like, should you try cannibalism? And he said, nah, I don't think so, I'm not going to try anytime soon, so. But still, he's spreading that message, though, of, cannibalism, man. He's, justifying cannibalism, saying there's some benefits to it. Who cares if there's some benefits to it? The Lord tells you, Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans not to be eating people, man, okay? And follow the dietary laws of Deuteronomy, man, in Leviticus, like, following the dietary laws, If you want to eat some meat, eat something that's lawful, that spread the hoof, okay? And chew the cud, like a deer, man, all right? Like a cow, man, a goat, a sheep, okay? They're hooved, and they eat plants, man. So the Lord, if you want to eat some meat and follow after the Heavenly Father, do what he says, you would eat meats from those animals, like a turkey, they don't have hooves, but, they're lawful to eat, chickens, all right? But yeah, man, I'm gonna let you watch this video, though.
Gang, we ain't nothing but mammals. You'd expect human cannibalism to have its upsides too, even if the idea is a little nauseating. Obviously, there are social and moral factors to consider when it comes to eating people. If you strip those away and just focus on the biology, there's some evidence to suggest that eating human flesh actually has some benefits. For better or worse, cannibalism is a part of our shared history. There's archaeological evidence that in some societies, human was a part of the original paleo diet, accounting for as much as 10% of the protein people ate. And human flesh might actually have more nutritional value than other the same number of calories as other animals our size, so you'd get the same amount of energy from eating a person as you would from eating a small deer. But just like Wagyu beef has much more fat and less protein than a ribeye, human flesh has its own unique profile of proteins, fats, and other nutrients. The more closely related your meal is to you, the more closely its nutrient profile will match your needs, which would make human meat the most nutritious choice for other humans. Studies in all kinds of animals, from beetles to frogs to fish, have found that carnivores are healthier when they're fed members of their own or closely related species. But there is a major potential downside to eating your own species, disease. Because when your meal is more closely related to you, it's a lot more likely to carry diseases you can catch. Probably the best cautionary tale comes from the foray people of Papua New Guinea. Starting around the 1920s, a disease called kuru started to spread among the foray. The name comes from the foray word for shaking, since tremors are one of the symptoms. The sick also walked strangely, slurred their speech, and were prone to emotional instability and bizarre, unprovoked laughing fits. The symptoms would get worse and worse and eventually become fatal. At the peak of the kuru outbreak, hundreds were dying every year. Researchers have since found that kuru is what's known as a prion disease, the same type as mad cow. Prions are proteins that are folded wrong, which wouldn't necessarily...
See, Esau goes into the science of, what happens to you if you get sick from from being cannibalistic. But ultimately, it's the Lord who put, that disease upon you, that shaking disease. You Japhets over there in Papua New Guinea. I believe that they're Japhetic. But yeah, man, the Lord put those diseases upon you for being wicked, man. Eating people, man. Crazy bastards. But yeah, man.
problem, except that they're hard for our bodies to break down. And when prions come in contact with properly folded versions of themselves, they make those proteins fold wrong too. Misfolded proteins accumulate in the brain, causing disease to form and destroying neurons until the person dies. But prion diseases aren't contagious. That is, unless you eat something with misfolded proteins in it. The kuru prions spread because until the 1950s, the foray practiced mortuary feasting, where they ate parts of their dead loved ones to honor them and mourn their passing. Researchers have found that elderly foray who survived the kuru epidemic had specific genetic changes that probably made them resistant to prion diseases. We found similar changes in genomes from around the globe, which suggests that prion diseases like kuru and the cannibalism that spreads them were common in our evolutionary history. But prion diseases aren't the only reasons you'd think eating people would be too risky. And this is where things get weird. There are plenty of super contagious diseases that can spread just by touching an infected person, let alone eating them. But despite the number of cases of human and animal cannibalism, we've found fewer examples of it causing disease outbreaks than you'd expect. And according to a review paper published in the American Naturalist in 2017, there might be a good reason for that. Cannibalism could actually protect people from catching dangerous diseases because it gets rid of some of the microbes that spread them. Sure, eating someone else exposes you to more pathogens, but at the same time, you're also protecting the rest of your community from coming into contact with the disease. A lot of microbes can't survive things like cooking or the destructive juices in our guts, so you destroy them by eating them. Plus, removing the infected person from the population, both through their death and any action that gets rid of their body, means there's one less person spreading the disease around. So cannibalism might actually slow the spread of some diseases or even wipe them out. You'd still have the prions to worry about, but the net effect of reducing other diseases could make it worth the risk. So the more we study cannibalism, the more it seems like eating other people...
Yeah, that's it for that video. But yeah, man, what Esau's doing is he's programming you. He's desensitizing you to cannibalism, man. And who falls for Esau's tricks? You wicked 2/3, right? You wicked 2/3 are gonna watch these videos and be like, or listen to Esau, and you're like, oh, I remember when Esau said, when that scientist said, there's some benefits to eating people, eating human flesh. So when that time of famine comes, man, and there's nothing to eat, and then you see your family member sitting there, you wicked 2/3 are gonna be like, I'm just gonna eat them straight up, man. I'm gonna cook them, I'm gonna boil them, chop them up. I'm gonna eat my own kid, man. All right, because you've listened to Esau, man, and ultimately the Lord led your mind to go astray to do so. All right, I'm gonna get into the word of the Heavenly Father. Okay, this is Jeremiah 19:9. It says, "And I will cause them to eat the flesh of their sons, and the flesh of their daughters, and they shall eat every one the flesh of his friend in the siege and straightness wherewith their enemies, and they that seek their lives shall straighten them. Okay. So the Lord, the scriptures speak about cannibalism, man. And that's what's to come here in Babylon the Great. All right, there's going to be no food, okay, free to be eaten. And you wicked people are going to be eating people, man. You guys are going to eat your daughters, your friends, your friend, your sons, your fathers, man. All right, you crazy, wicked 2/3. This is what's going to happen to y'all. All right. The Lord ain't playing, man. This is Deuteronomy 28:53. And thou shalt eat the fruit of thine own body, the flesh of thy sons and thy daughters, which the Lord thy God had given thee in the siege and in the straitness wherewith thine enemies shall distress thee. Okay? So, as in the ancient days, all right, when the Lord put the curses upon the nation of Israel, this is one of the curses. We were eating our own kids, our own daughters, our own people, man, because there was no food, all right? The Lord cursed us with a famine, and he also cursed us with cannibalism, man, okay? So shall it be in these days to come, man. Let me get this Ecclesiastes real quick. Ecclesiastes 3:15. That which hath been is now. The things that have been in the ancient times, the curses that happened to us in the ancient times are now, man. We're still cursed, okay? In the same ways, just different times. And that which is to be hath already been, and Yahweh requireth that which is past, man, all right? So you people who are saying, oh, that was in the ancient days, that's not going to happen now, We're not going to be eating ourselves, This famine ain't coming. These prophecies ain't going to be coming to pass. America isn't Babylon the Great. America isn't the virgin daughter of Babylon that's spoken about in Revelations. America isn't going to be destroyed by nuclear missiles. Well, what does it say right here, man? That which hath been is now, man. Okay. So that just, that cuts you people who are saying, oh, that was in the ancient days. All right? And those things in the ancient days are coming to pass again, okay? Because the Lord, it says, Yahweh requireth that which is past, okay? And what happened in the past? Cannibalism, man. And it's coming back. All right? I'm not for cannibalism. I'm just prophesying, I'm saying, I'm just speaking the words of the Heavenly Father, man. What's going to come to pass to you wicked 2/3 who aren't hearkening unto the Heavenly Father. Okay? You people who are in the world, not caring, not listening to the Heavenly Father. Okay? Not repenting. Thinking that everything's going to be all fine and dandy. I'm going to take the vaccine, and then everything's going to go back to normal. I'm going to be working and slaving, and it's all going to be back to normal. And you guys are going to be put to, how do you say it? You guys are going to be eating each other, man, because there's going to be no food, no drink, man. All right? Just because you didn't turn to the Heavenly Father, all right? You didn't believe in the words of the Heavenly Father. You didn't believe these prophecies were going to come to pass. All right, this is Lamentations 4:10. The hands of the pitiful women have sodden their own children, and they were their they were their meat in the destruction of the daughter of my people. Okay? So in the times of Lamentations, man, the Israelite women were eating their children, their daughters, man. It's going to be the same times now, You wicked women of the nation Israel right now. Women's rights, I don't need a man. All right? the men, then these times to come, Esau's gonna take your benefits away if you don't take the vax. All right, and you guys are gonna be looking for a man of the Lord. You're not gonna find him because the men of the Lord are gonna be somewhere else, man. Or if you do run into one, he's gonna reject you for being wicked. He's gonna remember. The Lord's gonna put the Spirit upon him to remember the wicked things you did. Here in Babylon the Great, and the men of the Lord are gonna reject you, you wicked women, and you guys are not gonna have no food to eat. And what's gonna happen? The Lord's gonna put the Spirit upon you to eat your children. All right. So the things that happened that in the past are gonna happen again. All right. So be ready, you wicked 2/3. You wicked 2/3 men, wicked 2/3 women. All right. Be ready to be eating your own children, man. All right. Thus saith the Heavenly Father, Yahweh Shem Yahushai, in His only begotten Son. Okay. We're hastening into the day of the Lord, man, which is not light. Okay. Which is darkness. Okay. Mourning and woe. This book is mourning and woe, man. Lamentations, mourning and woe, and that's the spirit I'm in. Lamentations. Slack it, man. I always get these belches when I'm making these videos, man. I hate, that's Satan, man. But just gotta keep pushing through. But yeah, man. That's all I wanted to bring out, man. Pray that this was edifying. I want to give all praise and honor, glory to Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahushai, Ba'ashem, Harakakadash, the water for this lesson. Okay, putting the Spirit upon me to do a lesson over this. I've never done a lesson over cannibalism in the scriptures. But yeah, man, the scriptures speak about cannibalism. Not word for word. It doesn't say cannibalism, but it says, what is the definition of cannibalism? Eating one another, man. All right? And I'm going to leave it at that. Pray that this was edifying. And until next time, I say shalom.